Welcome to Beyond Astro K, and welcome to the Mercury Retrograde in Libra video. Hello everyone, this is Nikki K, and I hope you guys are all doing well today. So guys, today I'm bringing you the Mercury Retrograde, which is happening on, because this is a bit of a big one, it's happening on the 27th of September at 25 degrees in Libra. So I'll talk a little bit about what we, on a general, what we can expect, because you know the planets are also speaking as well. As you guys know, that the planets, they always have a little bit of a conversation. Sometimes the conversation is beautiful, sometimes it's a little bit tense, sometimes it's in the middle, or sometimes it's just like all over the place. It does depend which planets are talking. So the conversations I will speak about in a minute. So I'll just say, you know, generally the Mercury retrograde, you know, as we all know, you know, Mercury Direct, Mercury Retrograde, it's about like communication, you know, whether it's like technology breakdowns. This also does include like on a, you know, physical level, nervous anxiety, and you know, lots of changes can happen. It does happen 3 to 4 times of the year, and when this happens, a lot of like misunderstandings goes on, you know, going back over things. You know, there can be people coming back into our lives, whether it's business or personal, bosses, you know, friendships could come back as well. There can also be, you know, issues with, you know, friendships, relationships. It's just generally like this kind of stuff actually goes on. And you know, it does depend. It can also be good or bad, but in general it does depend on, like, you know, especially depends on like the circumstances, that it's best to like not really sign contracts. Some people say, and I think it does also depend, like, you know, not have surgery, anything to do with like machines, long or short distance traveling, especially, you know, we are in a new time, but you know, if you have to do it, you have to do it, okay? And with this Mercury retrograde, the planets, the conversations that are talking is a bit of a harsh one. So the first one we have is, you know, Mercury in Libra. It squares Pluto in Capricorn, which is a huge change. And this change could actually be for the better or good for us. You know, I say that because there will be like, this feels like it's going to be very much an intense time when it comes to like communicating with others. There can be, you know, some kind of like manipulation, especially like in business, you know, trying to get one over people. This also, you know, I feel that, you know, Mercury is a sign that is to do with business. So we can see a lot of this happening on a worldly scale, you know, over dominance. But also the big thing with this is the reverse psychology. So when I say reverse psychology, it could be a sense of, you know, someone saying, oh, you look nice today. Oh, because, you know, I saw you wore that dress last week. Oh, haven't you got another one? So that can make you sort of doubt yourself. Or like, for instance, you know, sometimes you get one of those like dodgy bosses, and sometimes they just tend to pick on that. They tend to pick, they choose their days and they pick on people. But one day for the week, you're that person. So they'll, you know, when you're having like those like meetings, and then, oh, what do you think, Sarah or Paul? And you know, you basically putting you on the spot, and everything you say, people are agreeing with it, but they're like, I understand what you're trying to say, but I think you may be wording it differently. So people look like, yeah, you are wording it differently, but then they will actually agree with you. So it can make a lot of us feel psychologically very much insecure. But obviously this is about insecurity as well. When someone's trying to do that, it's about insecurity on themselves. So that can happen. And, you know, but we do have to definitely be mindful that, you know, when it's, you know, when it's, especially when it's like people around us, that we try not to go to the dark side, because this is what it can make us do. And also, you know, going to the dark side is because we want something from someone. I also feel that this can be played out a lot at home on a worldly scale, like business, relationships as well. So, you know, it does depend on where it is in your chart, because I will be doing it for the signs as well. So it does depend on where it is in your chart. So you or your partner could be, you know, being over dominating, you know, being really intense when it comes to conversations about your relationship, or even like when you want to change something within the home. Once again, business on a worldly scale, we may be seeing this played out as well. People could be easily manipulated into what someone is saying. And you know, because Mercury square with Mercury squaring Pluto, this can actually also help us to look at ourselves on a deep psychological level, to see how far we are willing to go to get what we want, and also to what we want to get things done. Hopefully, you know, this can change us for our better good, especially when it does go direct. So, but you know, the one saving grace to this Mercury retrograde is that we have Mercury trine Jupiter in Aquarius. But even though Aquarius is retrograde still, we can still have a bit of these nice benefits. So this can bring a lot of us like charm, confidence, positivity, and huge optimism. This can make us, you know, feel extremely confident. And although this is retrograde, this is really good for us to align ourselves with like-minded people from like different cultures. This is about us broadening our horizons, learning like a new course of study, or even thinking about learning a new course of study. Because, you know, when you surround yourself with positivity, or this can bring a huge realization during this retrograde that this is some of the things I actually want to do. You know, this is about going back on what you want to do as well. So some of you could actually want to, like, you know, especially if it's online, you know, there was some groups, organizations that you wanted to align yourself with, and now that's that time. And you know, this can bring a new sense of like purpose for you. So this, you know, this could mean that, oh, I actually wanted to do that, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do this. And it's like, okay, I want to do it, but now it's not the right time. So when it does go direct, it's like, bam, I'm gonna do it. So, you know, broaden your horizons. I'm learning like a new course of study, and there can definitely be opportunities like to write, you know, publish as well, publishing your work, or even thinking about, because some of you may even be writing at the moment and really or going back to writing anything. It could be, I don't know, something to do with like machines, technology, or anything like that. Or it just could be like romantic novels, and really scared to publish, you know. So this can like give you an idea. This could actually make you have good research in which publishers that you want to go with, and you know, so that publishing your work. And the positivity is great for like manifestation, you know, what you want. Even in a strange way, there can be a lot of excitement, but still, you know, you have to remain cautious. You know, because Jupiter is about excitement as well and positivity, this can make us get overexcited. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if some of you started like, you know, restarting like an exercise regime, you know, because just to, you know, get those endorphins going, just to release energy. Because remember, you know, Mercury is ruled by Gemini, and even though it's in an air sign, it's about mental activity that's going on. So that's one reason why this is good for it. You know, the square to Pluto and the trine to Jupiter, you know, when balanced and we combine these energies really well, we can get a lot of work done. You know, the power of Pluto, it can make us, like I said, go like really like deep psychological work. This is really good for, like, you know, the good side to this is like doing any type of research, investigation work. Excuse me. The work also can be to do with the occult, like tarot, astrology, any type of meditation. On a grand scale, this can also help us understand ourselves much more. And I'm also seeing that some of us, we can all in all, should I say, this, you know, with Mercury being in Libra, you know, Libra is a, you know, all in all, Libra is a sign that is about balance. Okay, so I feel for this, you know, this Mercury retrograde, that it's about balancing the light and dark side that we all have within us. And, you know, if we go to that nice side of the Libra, regardless of the squares to Pluto and the trine to Neptune, if we can balance these two energies, you know, you never know, you know, you can create miracles for yourself. So when it does go direct, it's like, okay, this is what I've learnt a lot about how my mind works. This is what I've learnt a lot about when it comes to me taking control and how I use my power. And also, this is what I've learned from other people around me, and what I know that I'm capable of, what I know that I'm actually good at, what I can study. And, you know, so if we combine these two energies together, you just never know what you can create. When it comes to like the tarot cards for this, because remember guys, this is about the tarot too, the Hermit card and also the Chariot card. And what these two messages are saying for us is they're asking us to actually, you know, go within and, you know, go within to like calm down the mental chatter, taking deep breaths, listening to our emotions, thinking before we speak, and also know that change can come within a second. And also, you know, it's also, you know, these two cards are also asking us to, you know, definitely go in nature. Nature's going to be extremely, you know, very much important for us. And, you know, these cards are also showing that there can be definitely some inner turmoil that can come, that we feel on the inside. So that's why it's really important to do like a spiritual practice. So if we are trying to like control others or even controlling ourselves, because there can be a lot of like on the outside, lots of controlling of our emotions, but inside there's like a lot of like inner demons that we're trying to work with, but on like on a mental level. So like doing like a spiritual practice would definitely help us. I wouldn't, you know, some of us could actually want to actually seek, you know, spiritual guidance, whether it's from like a therapist, you know, people that you trust as well. Remember, this is like, you know, Mercury, but also, you know, working on ourselves and learning a lot about ourselves. So if we, you know, for instance, if we are controlling others or controlling ourselves, you know, take a little step back and ask ourselves why. Okay, so yeah, it's a mix and match, but it does feel, you know, because although, you know, I do feel that with the square to Pluto, you know, we have to very much be mindful. And if, you know, if you, even if some of you guys see or feel that that's actually happening to you, that someone's trying to manipulate you in any way, and they could do it in such a way that is so charming, so, you know, so nice, but underneath it all there's something that someone wants from you, or even you yourself could be doing that. And, you know, like I said, the saving grace is Jupiter. So, you know, it's just about combining these forces that can actually work for you, so that you don't hurt others and you don't really hurt yourself too. So that's what the card messages are saying. So now I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing it, reading it for all the signs. What you guys can expect. So Libra, this is in your first house. Okay, as always, this is in your first house. So this is a time where a lot of you are going to be like, you know, seeking things from within. I feel that a lot of you Librans are going to be, you know, there's obviously can be a lot of mental chatter. There can be some like confusion along the way, but you have to be very mindful. Well, not mindful, but just like, you know, especially the Plutos that's involved, that there might be some like power struggles when it comes to like your home. You know, you maybe want to fix your home, maybe very obsessed about making your home your home. This could make a lot of you feel that you may want to investigate certain things to do with your past, or past issues may come up, and some of you may not want to actually talk about it, so you may invest a lot in the home by keeping very busy. But also, you know, you may want things in a certain way, you know. Yeah, so there can be a lot of things, and also things from the past could be coming up to do with the home, do with like something to do with like your mom, or you know, your roots as well. You know, you do have, you know, the trine in your 5th house, so this is actually really great. This will actually give you a good release if things get too much, you know, if you get too obsessed with things that are to do with like your past and your home. You know, a good release will be doing something creative, you know, getting down, doing something creative that you've always wanted to do, or even thinking about. Some of you could be doing things from behind the scenes as well. This also could involve kids as well, so that's always really good for you. This could give you a lot of like excitement. Some of you Librans may even want to like start like a new workout regime as well, really like work on like your physical fitness, work on your you know, your vitality, which is also really good. Scorpio, this is in your 12th house. There could be a lot of past thoughts that come up. You know, some of you may be going within, don't want to be around too many people, but when you are alone, a lot of past thoughts can come up. You know, you Scorpio can have a lot of mental chatter that comes up during this time. This could also be to do with your, you know, your neighborhood, your siblings as well. You know, be mindful you're doing any type of like short distance travel. Okay, but you know, with the trine to your 4th house, this gives you a, you know, this actually gives you some like, you know, like energy, sort of like energy and a bit of vitality, just a little bit, because you know 12th house is the hidden house. So this actually will give you some time to like work on stuff that's in the past. You know, some of you could really like have good conversations with like your mom, or you know, family members. This could actually bring some positivity for you, because the 12th house can make a lot of Scorpions feel very quite nostalgic, or even really sad. But you know, the you know, the Jupiter in your 4th will gives you some like optimism about the way you are, the way like your parents are as well. And you know, any type of research you're doing will be a really beneficial time for you. Sagittarius, this is your 11th house, you know, so this is to do with like friends, groups, organizations. Some of you Saggies, this is a time where it's, you know, there may be some issues where it's concerning like friends and money. Okay, so there could be some power plays, like friends may owe you money, you may owe your friends money, you may be very obsessed with getting money back, or you know, people may be obsessed with getting money back from you. This is to do with your self-worth. Okay, it may not be the best time to mix business and pleasure, because this could cause arguments. And you know, with the trine in your 3rd house, this is great to be communicating with people from, you know, like your neighborhoods. This is great for you making new friends as well. This will give you a positive time. Some of you may be wanting to align yourself with people that are completely different for you. And I feel that if you are, you know, if you had any issues with siblings, now you can sort of like air it out, whether it's through email or, you know, and also this also gives you a great time to be looking on any, you know, anything that you wanted to actually, you know, like if it was your, you know, if there was some, any, I might just went blank. If there was any, you know, skill or any thing that you wanted to pursue, this is a great time for you to think about doing it now. When it goes direct, obviously you can pursue it. Capricorn, this is in your 10th house. Okay, so there can be some issues when it comes to how you view yourself in your career. You may be thinking a lot about your career. You may be thinking that there's not enough, you know, you're not getting the praise that you wanted. You know, bosses could be on your back as well, or you yourself could be showing a dominant side that could be quite over domineering, because remember Pluto's squaring your first. So you have to, it's about looking at how you come across at work or even as a boss to in your career. And if you are going too far, it may be time to draw back, or maybe time for you to think about something different. And, you know, you have this, you know, the trine to in your 10th house. So if you work with this well, if you are seeking like more pay, for instance, you know, it's a great time to be looking at a new career avenue, or even thinking about, you know, what type of creative skill that you have that can bring in some more money. Aquarius, this is your 9th house. Okay, so squaring your 12th house. So with this square to your, you know, with the 9th house, this is about, you know, you going back on any type of like higher learning. You know, any, if you would wanted to write, for instance, or if you wanted to learn like a new language, this will be a time that your mind will be going back on what you used to love. And with it, the square being your 12th house, this can, you know, this is also to do with like a spiritual work as well, because these two are both spiritual houses. So I feel for a lot of your Aquarians during this time that it's great to, you know, really align and connect yourself so that you know which path that you want to go on. You know, if you feel a bit confused about where, it's great to have some, you know, me time. You may actually find it quite hard as well to, you know, ground at the moment, because your mind is just going. But, you know, you have the trine in your first house, you know, so this is about you going back to what you would love to do. Okay, you could actually find that you may want to align yourself with people that are completely different to you. And you may want to learn from them. So if some of you Aquarians are very, you know, very not stuck, but if you feel that, you know, this is the group or association or course or mentor that you're used to, but you really want to get out, now's that time. Pisces, this is your 8th house, okay, with the square to your 11th. So there might be some, you know, this is about you, about your finances, joint finances, debts, loans, people who you know, this is also to do with like the government money as well, if some of you are getting it, and also your deep psychological work. So some of you Pisces may be feeling quite sensitive at this time. There could be a lot of emotions that come up about, you know, a past lover. A past lover could actually come back. They could be on your mind, and without you realizing it, you could be manifesting the lover. This past lover comes back. This could also be to do with a friendship. So, you know, you may, you know, this is a square to your 11th house. So there could be some power plays when it comes to a friendship or a group setting. And I feel that some of you Pisceans, if you're single, you may meet someone or have your eye on someone in your group setting. But if you're thinking about a partner, an old partner that you met in a group setting, you know, there could be some contacts that comes back. And also with the trine in your 12th house, you know, this is your 8th in your 12th house. Some of you could actually gain money at this time, you know, or thinking about how you could like expand your finances, you know, going within, doing some type of spiritual work. Some of you may even decide to do like some, you know, I feel some of you actually may even get a job. Some of you may be looking for a job. You may want to work somewhere in solitude. So, you know, the 12th house, the trine to your 12th house will give you that time to, you know, seek answers within, basically, you know. But some of you could, like I said, could actually gain new finances from your partner, from the government, or even you could actually decide now's the time to like clear my debts as well. Aries, this is your 7th house, you know, the square to your 10th house. So what this does for you, Aries, is that then, you know, this is about looking at your deep personal relationships where, you know, there might be lots of conversations, going back over conversations to where, you know, if things are not really stable, you know, there might be a push and pull when it comes to like your career and your personal relationships. So that's one of the reasons why things can be quite tense. They can be quite tense at work as well. You may find that you're not really feeling quite balanced within your job and your, you know, your job and your career. But, you know, if some of you are single, you know, there can be, well, the 7th house also to do with like partnerships, like personal. So you could also, an old lover could come back. You could hear from an old lover. You could also hear, I forgot even to say like Pisces, some of you could actually hear, as you and Pisces could actually hear from old friends, you know, old goals can actually come back to you in a very tangible way. But this time you may want to work in a partnership, Aries. You know, you may have wanted to go it alone, but now you know that, you know what, in order for me to get to where I need to get to, I need to align myself with people that I actually like. So, and also a bit for you Pisces as well, you know, old friends could they definitely come back as well. But the friend, when they do come back, it could be, there might be some, be careful of any type of manipulation that goes if they come back. Because sometimes when people come back in our lives, guys, it's not necessary for them to actually stay. It's like for them to see if you've like learned their lesson, or even if, or they may have changed. So it does depend. Taurus, this is in your 6th house. So, you know, your mind is definitely on your eating habits, your, you know, your goals, your daily work habits, also your work, you know, your workplace as well. This is to do with pets. Some of you could decide to get a pet, you know. This is about you looking at how you can change something. And with the square to your 9th house, this is about, you know, your mind expanding. So this is to do with some of you Tauruses, that, you know, your actual beliefs could be changing. It could be changing within your work. If you feel that you're doing too much, people are putting too much on you, you could actually, your mind could just definitely be changing now, thinking, you know what, I don't really want this anymore. An old, I feel for some of you Taurus is like an old like work colleague could get in contact with you, which actually changes your belief system as well. Some of you could actually also want to like restart that writing, you know, get your work out there as well. And also you got you're trine to your 10th house, so this can actually give a new bit of a nicer work balance when it comes to your work. You know, things may not be, in the beginning they may be very harsh, a lot of work responsibilities placed on you, but now it's like, oh, okay, things are actually a bit more nicer now. You know, I haven't got too much on my plate, so I can pursue my goals. Gemini, this is your 5th house, okay, which is also very nice. But this is about you going back over any, you know, your mind could be going back over any creativity that you wanted to do, whether it's with children, you know, if you've got children. Some of you may be having discussions about children. This could happen. You may want to invent something. You know, you've got Pluto in your 8th. So this could be, you know, any type of like, especially on like a deep emotional psychological level. If some of you you know, could, I feel that this thing with children and the 8th house, some of you may have, you know, some of you may decide you actually want children if you haven't got it, or if you don't have them already. But you have to sort of work on yourself in order, because, you know, children, they are work. You know, it's not very easy to when you have kids. I'm a mum, so, you know, but, you know, some of you may have to do a lot of psychological work in order to, you know, if you want a family, there's work to be done. And also, some of you also, I feel that, you know, there might be some, you know, this is a time to work on any like taxes, or, you know, this is all about you looking at, if you're very controlling when it comes to tax, about where you're looking at how you are controlling, how you are in a relationship as well, how you are when it comes to having fun too. You know, some of you Geminis might even decide to like talk to someone, do some work, you know, like occult work on yourself as well, or even study. The trine to your 5th and 9th house is really nice for you, because this gives you a lot of like play. This, you know, the expansion of the mind, do something, you know, very creative, you know, meeting new people. Some of these people can bring a lot of joy into your life as well. This is also great for your relationship as well, Gemini, to have some fun. It might be quite unconventional, but I don't think you mind. Cancer, this is in your 4th house with the square to your 7th house. And this is a bit of, you know, you looking back on your, you know, like your past, your roots, you know, this could be an emotional time. Some of you Cancers may, you know, want to change things within your home, or thinking about changing things in your home. But, you know, again, you have to, you know, this is about balance within a relationship as well, you know, so you could want to change things and your partner's not very happy. So this is about you communicating, also communicating your deepest thoughts, because sometimes when you want to change things, Cancers, it's because this is how it used to be for you when you were younger. Okay, so, you know, any type of like power struggles that happens in a relationship, this is definitely to do with like communicating why you're acting the way you are as well, would be very important for you. And, you know, the 4th house, you are naturally ruled by the 4th house, so you may feel at home, but there might be some niggles. You know, your partner may not want to communicate with you too much. You may not want to do that with them as well. 7th house is also to do with open enemy season. You and Aries could be getting this, so look out for people that are trying to manipulate you, whether it's you or your partner. This could be your partner actually. They could be wanting you to do something that benefits them and not you, because you've got Pluto being in your house for a long time now, Cancer. Then you have, you know, the trine to your 8th house, so this could bring a lot of good, you know, this could actually bring, you know, a bit like Pisces, this could bring some like money. This could bring like, you know, if you work from home, Cancers, you know, this could actually bring like a new income, which actually helps your income with your partner. Some of you could actually pay off your loans and your debts. This also includes inheritance as well. You know, the 4th house is also to do with, you know, real estate. Some of you could actually decide to really invest in some like real estate, especially if you gain like a nice inheritance as well. But I do feel, especially for you in Pisces, that, you know, when it comes to like the 8th house, this is actually really nice, because, you know, the 8th house is quite a dark house, and some of you actually the water signs do quite well in this, because, you know, you're going within, and it's a psychic house as well. So, you know, if you are doing any business or thinking of signing any contracts, obviously hold it off. When it goes direct, you know what you have to do. Okay, but you know, you can get money from like your partner's finances could actually be quite stable, which could actually enhance your money, enhance your finances. Leo, this is in your 3rd house. Okay, so this is about going back over communication, whether it's to do with like siblings. There might be some miscommunication that goes with siblings. Could be some arguments as well. This could be your neighborhoods as well. Some of you may have issues with neighbors. And this could actually be disrupting your flow, because this is square to your 6th house. This could disrupt your flow, disrupt your, you may have set how you want your like work to be, your routines to be. If you have any drama with your neighbors or siblings, just be mindful, because the 6th house does rule the digestive system. It could actually make your body come out of whack, especially if you Leos have been, really been diligent with your health and your routines. So this can cause, and also this can cause like some drama if some of you are at work. It could be some like power plays when it comes to, people that you work with. Okay. But you have the trine to Jupiter in your 7th house. So this, any type of drama you have, whether it's siblings or neighbors, your relationship will actually be quite sound now. Your partner, if some of you have a partner, they can bring a lot of like light relief. There could be like a going over like any type of issues that you had, ironing over things very quickly. There could be a talk about marriage, talk about, traveling as well. There could be talk about expanding your kids. Some of you didn't want to work with your partner, but now, obviously because it's retrograde, you may be actually talking about, working together. Obviously 7th house is to do with contracts as well. So there may be some talk of like signing a contract. You may be mulling over this as well. But also communication is definitely key. So any drama that you have within the 3rd house realm, even with you Leos, like, you may want to like study something or write something or anything to do with like social media as well. Just just align yourself with things that like don't stress you out, basically. Then last but not least, if you have Virgo, this is in your 2nd house. Okay, so the square to Pluto is in your 5th house, and what this brings, Virgo, is some of you, obviously this is about money, like how you spent money. So you may be going over like your finances. If you've overspent, people may be owing you money as well. The square to the 5th house is about, you may be wanting to pay for something, some type of creativity. This is also to do with like your love life as well. So this may put a strain on your love life. There can be some like, control and dominance issues when it comes to that too. So just be mindful that you're not doing it, and there may be an obsession. You maybe decide to like, okay, everything's, I'm trying to sort this out, but also, if things get too much, you might be very obsessed when it comes to like creativity. You have the second house, it trined Jupiter in your 6th house. So this actually gives you a boost when it comes to like because you're ruled by the 6th house anyway, like Pisces the 12th. So this actually gives you a boost when it comes to like getting stuff sorted. It actually gives you a bit of a boost when it comes to, if you basically just, if you, work within that 6th house realm that you are so normal in, this can help your finances. This can help you, do like spreadsheets, speaking to like a banker or something, or, if you just, it's all about being more diligent, looking over any of your bank statements as well. If you are looking to like reboot your health, this trine will give you a big boost. This could actually give you an idea of what is, if you had any issues within your, I don't know, digestive system, for instance, you could actually, you may decide to like go for another doctor, the holistic approach. Yes, this may cost money. Remember, this is your 2nd house, but it's more of an investment. See it as more of an investment. So if you save money at this time, or looking to save money to boost your health, boost your, your morale, your vitality, see it like that. But I feel that your health will really be more balanced, and also like your, your routines will be a bit more balanced now at this time, Virgo. Okay. But all in all, for all the signs, it's about, you know, anything, like I said, anything that comes back in your life, anything that, you know, that you need to work on, people, places, comes back into your life. You know, whether it stays in your life is another story. But sometimes, as you guys know, whether it's Venus retrograde, Mercury, Mars, anything that comes back, it is because it's a learning curve, and it's to see that if you've learned anything from it. They may be coming back because they want something, or something comes back is because it needs to be looked at. People want something, or, you know, people are sorry. You know, even if it's like an old job, they've decided that, you know, you are the person. But you know, your mind may have changed, but I feel that a lot of us will see that when it does go direct. And there's some lovely planets when it does go direct, guys. So I will be doing the Mercury Direct, because Mercury does go direct 18th of October, okay, at 10 degrees, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which is great. So that means that things are going to be changing, whether we want it to or not, hopefully in a good way. And yeah, so I'll be doing that for all the signs as well. So I hope you guys like this video. Feel free to like, comment, tell me how this Mercury retrograde has been for you. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye.